technique and even more skill. This video will have none of that. Welcome to Golf Fails. This bloke looks like he's about to smash a window. There's a glass breaking energy here. Oh, bam! I was wrong. He smashed his neighbour's window instead. Yep, do the squat of shame. This is surprisingly a regular occurrence in golf. Oh, say goodbye to your 9-iron. At least he sent the ball flying. Oh, look at that. I reckon that's at least a 2 under par. The trickiest thing about golf, besides whacking your ball in the hole, is that you have to play the ball wherever it lands. This bloke landed it on the water side, but it's okay. He has the poise and technique to get out of this. He's gonna hit it with no worries. Yeah, nah, big backswing. Fuck, no, that's right. This is Golf Fails. I got my videos mixed up. It's not a wins one, it's a fails one. Oh, who's gonna get that? Who's gonna get the ball off the gator? Anyone? Anyone want to do it? It'll be funny. This is life imitating art. If you consider Adam Sandler's hit golf comedy Happy Gilmore to be art, which I do. No sarcasm, yeah, I do. It's highbrow art. Oh yeah, a bit of golf on the lawn, big whack. Oh, shit balls, titty fuck. You're going to jail now. Go on, grab your overnight bag. May as well be ready. Golfing at home seems to be dangerous. Here's Grandad filming a tiki-toki for his golf buddies. Oh no! Quick, call life alert. Call animal rescue. He's cracked the shits right there. Why is he blaming the dog? He's the one who wasn't watching where he was walking. We all do that. It's okay. We embarrass ourselves, then get angry about it, then realise it's on camera, and we stop being angry. There you go. Good swing, good form. Upload this one. Here's a white VW Golf about to chuck a Yui. Oh, check your mirrors. You see, you boinked the scooter drivers off their scooter. Absolute fair dinkum Volkswagen Golf fail. But that doesn't even compare to this golf fail, as in these blokes decided to drive a boat in the Gulf of Mexico during a bit of rain. It's actually more than a bit of rain. I'd say it's a lot of rain. I would have simply stayed home and not experienced this golf fail. Okay, I'm getting a bit silly. You get the joke. You get back to the sport. Oh wow, there's a dildo. I'm just gonna put my Vegemite censorship over that. You know, tools can help you in your golf game. Here's my mate Charlie, aka Critical, using this guide, this massive 10-inch rubber cock, to personally help him find the hole. And let's see how he got. You see, it didn't even help your game. He completely missed. His mate is like, there's the ball, you hit the cameraman. Golf carts, they're a fun novelty. They are important for traversing the course, and they are like miniature cars, which means you have to keep your eyes on the road. Don't wave to people or pull faces or get distracted. You say, yeppa! You fucked up. You fucked up right there. This driver is going over the hill. Whoa! He launched out of that one. Ejectocito. He took that landing all in the hips. Yep. Alright, done. Slap that like button with the intensity of Will Smith, everyone, and please do subscribe to the channel. Also subscribe to the other channel I started, Aussie Man's Video.
And yeah, you should definitely subscribe to Aussie Man Reviews. Good day, everyone, and welcome to another Something for Nothing show. My name is Arderwin, and today with me is not Cheesy, not Boomer, but our wonderful friend Quiddies. Quiddies, how are you doing?
I can always be a cheesy boomer if you want me to be.
Listen, I wasn't supposed to tell everyone that I fired him, but
yeah, he was getting a little too old for this job anyway. You know, we tried to keep it younger than 80 at NASA Bunker 33.
He is on indefinite leave, okay?
At least he's not on maternity leave.
Well, just boomer. You never know. Real Australians. Yeah. Oh, everything is upside down and.
Yeah, men give birth. They're like seahorses. Australians are like seahorses, where the men give birth and the women don't.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I think Mandevil's in the chat. I think he can attest. I think he's Australian, actually. So he could tell us whether the men give birth there. I mean, it's basically backwards land.
Yeah. I'm not surprised that the flat earthers don't believe Australia is real. No, Facty Boomer is in fact still otherwise disposed. I'm sure he'll be back as soon as he's able to, but at the moment he's not able to.
Yeah, about an hour before the show, we got word that Booma was too busy yelling at kids to get off of his lawn, so I had to
Yeah,
step in for him.
and he's still at war with that possum.
Yeah, there is that. And the kids were helping the possum, like they were plotting something. So he was out there yelling at them.
And the kangaroo in front of his porch was getting a bit shifty. So
Yeah. Well, kangaroos are shifty.
Yeah.
I don't trust them.
no. Wow, man. How is life, Quiddies, in the States?
It's hot. You know, the South is the South. So for all of you non Freedom Unit people, it's like low 30s Celsius here right now, and I'm getting ready to go to the beach in a few days, which will be awesome. So,
Wow. To the beach.
yep. And Punchy is actually flying from Canada to go with me, and
Well,
he's going to
are you
get
trying
burned
to
as hell.
Are you
And I'm
trying to
going to
kill him?
post pictures of bright red Punchy everywhere I can.
Well, he needs one of those umbrellas like you saw like old-fashioned Southern women wearing, you know?
Yeah. Well, the house I grew up in, our next door neighbors had a pool, and it was this older couple, about Booma's age, I guess, and the wife. This was 1980s South, so older generation women would go and get their hair done once a week, and then they would not wash it for a week. And then they would go back and the stylist would wash their hair and redo it for them. So they had to protect it. So our next door neighbor had one of those little umbrella hats that she would put on so that no one could splash water on her hair and mess it up. So that's what Punchy needs. He needs one of those umbrella hats.
I remember my grandma used to wash her hair, but she also would like, she had this hooded hair dryer, and she had these these stuff that those things you do in your hair when it's wet and you get these
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Women spend way too much time on hair. I used to spend way too much time on my hair, and then one day I shaved it all off and realized I didn't have to get up an hour early every morning anymore.
Listen, this is one thing where I am again very proud of my mom, subscriber of the show. Thank you very much. She is one of those women with short hair, and she just she brushes it for a minute and she's done.
Yeah, rock that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, why spend an hour every morning on your hair when no one really cares except you?
And quite frankly, we should stop with the whole stigmatization, like, oh, short hair on women. Fuck off! It's so much easier having short hair.
But like my great aunt used to get her hair dyed. Like, she died when she was, I think, 93 or so, and she didn't have a gray hair on her head because she got it dyed every single week. She would go to the beautician and get her hair dyed and styled once a week. And they would spray it with so much hairspray. Like, you could probably take a baseball bat to her head and wouldn't be able to hurt her.
My mom dyes her hair like once every 2 months or something like that. But I can see she's still in denial that she's really getting she's getting up there. She's now 66. Well, no, 65. She's still she's getting really gray, and she's still kind of in denial. But she's not as old that her colored hair looks bad on her. So Go ahead, Mom. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. And here I am at 40 with like salt and pepper. What little hair I do have is all salt and pepper now. And
Yeah.
I noticed the other day that now I'm getting gray chest hair. And that I feel weirdly uncomfortable about having gray chest hair.
Yeah, I just got 37. And my colleague says that, Arwen, do you know you're getting gray, right? I was like, shut up.
Yeah, it was like one day I had one gray hair on my head, and then within a year, half of my hair was gray. It was the weirdest thing.
Because I also get those, how do you call it in English? These little when your hairline starts to recede a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah. We just call it receding hairline or widow's peak or yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, it's yeah. It's a thing, man. But yeah.
Yeah,
coves!
It's just nicer now. Like
we call them coves. That is what we call them. Little coves, yeah.
Yeah. Once a week, I've just got these buzz clippers, and just once a week, I just go all over my head. Every bit of hair on my head, except for my eyebrows, I just buzz off once a week.
I don't
shave or anything other than that.
I should do it more often, but I also converted to the bald. How are you doing, chat? I see a Facty, I see a Mad Devil. But yeah, it's.
Facty doesn't have chest hair. See, I'm not a furry, but I am furry. If you get what I'm saying.
I am one of these guys. Like, I hardly have hair on my arms. I don't have chest hair. Women should almost be jealous of my legs. Like, there is hair on my legs, but it's like just a bit of fluff. It isn't like super hairy. So like I'm pretty sure that there are women that are jealous of my legs even. So.
Well, last year, I think it was last June. It might have been last May, when I got sick and had to go to the hospital, and they stuck those little electrode things all over my chest and stomach and everything for the EKG. When I got ready to leave, I was like, I need to pull these things off. So I'm standing there in my room pulling them off, and they took every bit of hair with them. And I swear I looked like Steve Carell in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
See?
When he got waxed, I had like these random squares of missing hair all over my chest.
That's the good thing about it. When I ever get a heart attack, I don't have that problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super easy, man. Barely an inconvenience.
Barely an inconvenience.
See, I could have a heart attack now and I'll be fine. With I mean, coming from just with the sticker thing. Just for the rest. The
rest of it's a no, but at least I won't have to rip my hair out when I'm done.
But what does want to make you rip your head off, which is what is always our start segment, which is starting segment, which is always some crazy right winger.
Of course.
And let me quickly go to the. There we go. Ha ha ha. And this is they can't shut the fuck up about COVID. Okay, about COVID, right? It's still they're still bitching about it.
I knew it was going to be good as soon as I saw VAXX. I was like, oh god, this is gonna suck.
This is gonna say it's just a minute long though, so it's not too bad. This comes from our good friends from Right Wing Watch. Amazing Twitter account, YouTube account. Always funny to see some crazy right wingers. And they pick out good clips, so we don't have to.
Oh, nice.
That's so true. You know, when you look at well, everything that you just said, the mechanism, this bioweapon and so forth, and oh my gosh, it's just like craziness. But people are so gullible. They're eating this up.
Yeah.
Is this going towards like transhumanism? Is this like
Yes.
you know, what they used to talk about, the super soldiers and this and that? Is this a mechanism that can turn people into zombies, turn people into
Yes.
like AI fighting machines?
Yes, it's already happened. Probably somewhere around half of the world already
it's
received the
already
hardware
happened.
installation.
Yes, half of the world already has a hardware installation.
Is that what the vaccine is? It's a hardware installation? Is that what he's saying?
Apparently.
That's what these shots were. They were the hardware installation. The transhumanism has already happened.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, everything you're saying kind of leads to the fact that those that took this shot are unfortunately no longer human.
Hell yeah. I'm double vaxxed, so I guess that means I'm double super soldier now.
I'm triple faxed.
Nice.
I could beat you up.
Yeah, you probably could. But I could double beat both of them up. Because their dumbasses didn't get it.
I mean, even if the vaccine made me a super soldier, I could probably still beat anyone, no one up, because I mean, no super soldier serum is gonna fix that. But there's a reason why he's not kept in the Netherlands. Let's be fair, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, Captain America kind of had to save your guys' butts in World War II. You know, that's what we do, though. No need to thank us.
Well, the Americans and the Canadians and the Polish and the
Yeah.
a lot of Polish soldiers, by the way. It's always being forgotten, but the Polish, the Polish army did a lot they saved a lot of people in Europe, and they are often forgotten.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's the Polish pilots as well that flew in the Battle of Britain that were then deported from England and back to Poland, and they were slaughtered once they got back to Poland.
Yeah, of course. No, yeah, and even in Europe, we often forget the contributions of the Polish army in the liberation of Europe. Yeah. Which was extra significant because last week it was a Memorial Day here in the Netherlands. So
yeah, I think is that this weekend here or next weekend? I don't remember. But yeah, we have it as well. It's normally, I think, the last week of May. Okay, so it's 2 weeks. May 30th here.
Yeah, we have 2 days. We have the 4th of May is Memorial Day. We have like a national memorial thing on where flowers are placed. Actually, we have two televised. They're all across the country, but we have 2 televised. One in Amsterdam and one actually in a much more impressive spot because it's on the spot where resistance fighters were executed, like right before the liberation.
Yeah,
and they had placed like a big bronze bell on that site, and they during the memorial instead of in Amsterdam, there are like speeches and of all kind of, and there's rank and file. You know, the first flowers are placed by the king, yada yada yada, that sort of thing. There are no speeches, and there is also no rank. So people place it's just you go stand in a line to place flowers, and it's not like general or general I am awesome gets to go first because he's he's a general. It's like a really impressive memorial because all you hear during the memorial is the big bell. And then when they do the 2 minutes of silence, they stop the bell. So you have to imagine that the whole time you hear bong, 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 and then they hold to the 2 minutes of silence, and suddenly that loud sound stops. And the silence that sets in then is like really impressive.
Yeah, that's really cool, actually. Have you ever seen the movie My Fellow Americans?
No.
It's got Dan Aykroyd and Jack Lemmon and James Garner, and it's about a series of American presidents that end up getting into these hijinks. It was filmed here in North Carolina, but there's a scene, the dad from Home Alone plays the vice president.
I may have seen it, but yeah.
The dad from Home Alone plays the vice president, and Dan Aykroyd is the current president. And they're doing they're honoring the Dutch resistance during World War II. And the vice president is kind of slow. So there's this one scene where they're talking about honoring the Dutch resistance, and Dan Aykroyd says, "Just remember to tell him it's the Netherlands and not the Nether regions."
Well, at least they said the Netherlands.
Yeah,
that's already impressive, man. Because so many people say Holland, and it's fine. I'm not gonna correct people, but that's not what it's called.
It's a great movie though, and most of it was filmed where I went to college.
Oh, cool.
And a bunch of my friends worked on it and were in it, and
yeah,
I think did I just lose power? No, okay.
No, you're still here.
Okay, I'm still connected.
Yeah.
I think my power blinked, but it was so fast that I didn't lose connection.
Wow.
Yeah, that was weird. Okay, I'm good.
So, are we ready for the main event? We have a wonderful space movie.
We've had our super soldier vaccine appetizer. Let's move on to the main course.
Yeah, before you know we start talking about current day events, because current day events fucking suck. So let's go to space. Let's get out of the planet.
Strap into your desk chair. We're going to space.
Yeah. I have to be honest, I only watched a little bit of this movie, so I've been not doing so well, hence there was also no scroll. Guys, I'm sorry, but here is the movie of tonight. It's called Spaceways.
To follow him, but right now is what matters to me.
Oh, spoilers!
Man, talk about pushing some G's right there at the beginning.
Yeah. In a lot of space movies too, in these old space movies, like astronauts also got knocked out during the launch. So you see in space, it's in Rocky Jones. It's like a space series of movies, and they're always like they're going up and they're being knocked out, and they wake up like after they left Earth.
Yeah, they didn't realize that you can actually accelerate at a pretty reasonable rate and still get to orbital velocity.
Yeah.
No, you have to launch like a freaking surface-to-air missile where you're pushing 40 Gs immediately.
Well, and apparently there is some drama going on. But you're laughing, but that's what I always do with my Kerbals.
Kerbals are all right. They can make it through. They're pretty tough.
They're usually pretty happy about it too, you know.
They enjoy the ride.
You know, you launch them into orbit in supersonic space, and the rocket is almost almost burning up, and they're like, "Yay!" So we have this super secret van.
You can tell that they're going into a super secret base too, because it didn't just have one gate; it had 2 gates.
Yeah, and then an extra gate. Look at there.
Oh, wow!
I thought the 2 gates.
Now
I thought
they're in the double super secret area.
I honestly thought that the double gate was a railroad crossing, but
Could have been. They just didn't want the trains to come into the base, so they had to put gates up.
oh yeah, probably.
Because trains can just turn off the railroad.
I honestly thought that they were that they were hiding in the back of the van, and the guy just opens the van and he's like, "Oh, that's not a very good hiding spot, guys." But no,
they're actually immigrants. They're smuggling them.
Yeah, they were supposed to be there, so okay, I guess. I mean, I just think that's a bit of a weird situation to transport a van to transport people in, but that might be me.
I mean, I guess that's how they did it back then. And I thought that guy in the back was James Dean for a moment. That guy. Like when it first showed him, I thought it was James Dean. I was like, oh, we got a big time actor.
No, this is Jimmy Dean.
The sausage guy, yeah.
Certainly intense heat up there killed her. The thermometer registered of 400 degrees at one point. But then Minnie always was a delicate creature. You know, it's the same with any sensitive female.
Whoa!
Yeah.
You're diagnosing mice or people, Phil?
Mice, of course.
Just casual sexism.
You know, mice are smart.
Yeah.
That's the 1950s.
They learn a lot
for
about
ya.
people.
Oh,
mice.
yeah.
Too bad some of it didn't rub off on you.
Oh, this female mouse died in space. Ah, that's women for you.
Yeah, they're always doing stuff like that. You know, if it wasn't that, it would be like a sewing circle or something. So we're fine with that.
Oh, blast!
Drop
Oh.
something, Toby?
No, but one of these tubes is leaking. Now I can't be certain of the rate of evaporation of trinamine.
That must be a terrible blow. I wish I were a fuel expert.
Oh
too.
no, British
Super
scientist.
engineer like Steve.
Why
It's
the sudden
always
yearning,
British
Phil?
scientist. Oh,
I
look,
thought you
it's
were
your mom's
convinced you'd
dildo
already
behind
achieved
him.
perfection.
Well, there's no American belief.
Hey man, good for her.
We'd better go and report to the old man. He'll be getting impatient.
Oh, wait, your mom watches this. Sorry.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't always watch, but she is
Fine,
subscribed, so
right
she
here.
is based.
We're all ready for running.
Fine, fine. The takeoff film is already.
She doesn't speak. She doesn't understand English
Please
that
give me
well.
my
So.
bad manners.
Oh, okay.
Gentlemen, General Hayes, who has spent the day with me, represents the Defense Council. This is Dr. Stephen Mitchell, our chief structural designer, head of our engineering department.
How do you do, sir?
How do you do?
We were fortunate enough to.
Oh
borrow
yeah, the
from United
50s
States
when space travel was still a military thing.
White's hands and elsewhere.
Yeah.
Dr. Philip Crenshaw.
Isn't that
he's our
crazy
head
though to
biologist.
think about? Like
It is, of course,
back
essential
then, it
to
was
establish
just
living
the
conditions
military
out
that
there.
could do
Dr.
it.
Crenshaw, I know what
Yeah.
great problems you have to solve.
Now
I'm
they're
quite sure you'll solve
now
them
it's
speedily.
billionaires.
Thank you, General.
Yeah.
And last but not
I don't know
It's
what
like
I
anyone
don't know
with-
what I would prefer.
Who's has
He's
enough
our
money
fuel
can
expert.
own
Oh,
their
you're
own
the chap who's
space
burning up all
program.
those gallons
Yeah.
and gallons of hydrogen
I honestly
hydroxide.
don't know what I
Blondes are
prefer.
burning a lot more, sir. Because of me, there might even be a shortage of blondes in the world.
Well, if it helps me get to space, I don't really
They're in the
care.
protection room.
Thank you. General, this
Oh,
is Dr.
there's the
Frank,
token
who's in charge
female.
of our mathematical work.
How How do you do?
How do you do? And a more charming mathematician I could not imagine.
Thank you.
Well, if you're ready, we could go into the projection
The
room
only
now.
role for women back then was the ingenue role.
Yeah, mathematician,
These are just general shots of the preparations prior to the takeoff.
language
Which you will see.
experts.
Like she's smart, but we really don't need her skills. We just need her to look good. Is that a V2? Are they trying to bomb?
No, actually, the
rocket is now 20 miles up. In a
first
moment, we
test
shall lose it.
involving
But the
space
automatic cameras take over,
in space
and we
was
will
was
show
done with
how the
V2s, by the
rocket
way.
sees the Earth, the reverse side
Yeah,
of the
I know.
experiment,
But-
and how the passengers reacted to those conditions.
It recently came up
The
again
rocket
because
reaches a height of
they
over 200 miles before it starts returning
they're,
to the Earth.
NASA is still a little bit uncomfortable
Its
with
trajectory
with the
has been
Van
carefully
Braun
computed,
thing.
so that the instrument
Yeah,
carrying
well,
knows
he wasn't
its
an
descent
actual
slow
Nazi.
by a series of
Yeah,
automatic
no, it's
parachutes
understandable.
is aimed to reach Earth.
You know, just
within a
because
30-mile
you're
radius
from
of
Germany and lived in Germany during World War II doesn't mean you were a
Yes,
Nazi.
all this is most impressive.
But from
You see,
Braun
that
wasn't
rocket
us.
was, Mark 7.
Yes,
No,
sir.
he wasn't.
The
He
seventh
was
modification
not
of
part
this
of the
type
Nazi
and the most
party.
perfect.
Well,
Of course,
but
this
he
is
worked
only
for
our
them.
first stage. We're now ready to go
He
into
worked
AS1.
for them, but
AS1?
Yes, sir.
I
We
mean,
believe that we
if
can
someone
send a
held a
rocket
gun to
into
your
an
head
elliptical
and
orbit
said,
to
either
become
work
the
for us
first
or
artificial
we shoot you
satellite
in
of
the
our
head,
globe,
you're going to work
circles
for
the
them.
Earth for an eternity.
And that's pretty much what his options were.
From what I
Only now
understand,
is
it
your
was a little
authorization
bit
to go
more
ahead.
complicated than that.
Yes,
But that's
Dr. Kepler,
not.
there's still a lot of financial and technical details
I
to be
mean,
gone
he's
into, and,
the one
that's
who
going to take a little
escaped
time.
to
I shall be
where
only too happy
the
to
Americans
answer all
were
your
going
questions,
so that he
General,
could get away from the
providing
Nazis
you
and
give
go
us
to
the right
America.
answer at the end.
Steve, I'm so excited. Do you think it'll be all right?
Of course it will. After all the time and money they put into this, they've got to go through it.
Oh.
And the old man looks pleased.
You gotta please the old man.
Yes.
We're talking
Mother
about
told you
Booma
to.
if you didn't get that reference, everyone.
Oh, another
Thanks,
woman.
Philip. I needed that.
We've
I'm
got
just
dueling
rested, so I have a
ingenues.
share in all your important plans and schemes.
Well,
She looks kind of evil,
used to
though.
provide inspiration,
Yeah.
Steve. And some others.
She kind of looks like Clea Contra from Rocky Jones.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, a toast to Deanfield.
To Deanfield?
You all know what we've accomplished.
Just
up to
think,
date.
most of the
We
people in
have
this
more
movie are
than
dead
double the
now.
height reached by
Yeah.
the Germans in 1944.
Except that
And
guy
we
with the
have
glasses.
surpassed
You know
this
he's
achieved
Clark
by the
Kent, and
two-stage
therefore
rocket
he's still alive.
Launched from the sands of New Mexico
Yeah,
in 1949.
he hasn't aged a day since
You
this
have
was
all
filmed
worked
either.
with ceaseless
No,
energy
yeah, exactly.
to achieve this. There are many nationalities
And
among
he
us,
still didn't marry
but only
Bruce.
one team. I wish I could tell you that some of your sacrifices are over, but I'm afraid I can't. But I am happy to announce that after full consultation with the Defense Council and his inspection of our work, General Hayes has authorized us to proceed at once with our AS-1. I thank you all for your
Woman number
loyalty
2
and
definitely has
adherence.
resting bit face.
But yeah, I think she
I know
has.
you're thrilled by the news.
Well, we all are, Mrs. Mitchell. But it's really
That's
Steve
resting
I'm
bitch
happiest for.
face right there.
Oh, yes, he's deliriously happy. So am I. I would be if you'd get me a drink.
I shall personally supervise the
Oh, she's
preparation
just
of this full
drunk. Oh, that makes
Ah,
sense.
okay. Resting drunk face. That's what it
Proud of
is.
your husband. This is a great day for all of us.
You do believe in the team spirit, don't you, Mrs. Daniels?
Absolutely. You know, some women might chafe under all these restrictions and tedious passes and regulations, but I love them.
Oh, you just know that she would be a co-vidiot right now,
One of those
in
places on
this
the
time.
Northwest frontier.
Tribesmen pounding out
There's
fires.
rules or regulations.
Oh, yes, I've seen it dozens of times on the
She would be posting on every
I
Facebook
keep on
mommy
telling
group
the
there
Colonel,
is.
Alfred, I
Or
think
she
that
would
I've got
she would be one of
before, and
those
I've been
really
started.
base people that were
No,
like,
thank you.
So I loathe
like
women.
yeah,
And with
like
every minute I
super
loathe it
super
more.
progressive, because all those rules and regulations around marriage and around abortion and stuff like that.
Me?
That could also
How
be the
sweet of you,
case.
Philip. I sent Toby off, but he got caught in an exhaust blast or something.
He's a scintillating boy, Toby. I'm sure he must have been weaned on liquid hydrogen.
He bores me.
Now, that's not a nice way to talk. He thinks the world of Steve. Would follow him to the ends of space.
They deserve each other. Any minute now, I'm going to get a splitting headache and I'm going home. I hope your headache will be pretty bad, too.
Yes.
Oh!
I already feel it coming on.
Now that's a pickup line if I've ever heard one.
Hey, listen, I have a headache. I hope you have a headache too,
I
right?
just wanted to tell my husband that I've got a headache and I'm going home. If it doesn't upset the security rules. No, I wouldn't dream of breaking up the party. I insist, Steve, you must stay.
Oh,
and the guys,
two women just stared each other down.
And the guy's like,
There's
you
some
know what?
tension there.
You know what? I'll surprise her and come home in about an hour.
I'll surprise her
Yes, I
with
think
an
I've heard
actual
that. I've got a bit of a
headache.
headache.
See how she like
Seems
them
like an
apples.
epidemic of headaches this evening.
Oh. Well, take some aspirin, Toby. You'll feel better in the morning. And tell the old man I've gone, will you?
You must feel proud, Steve. Proud and happy.
Happy? It's a very inexact word for a higher mathematician, Lisa.
Don't make fun. Isn't it the only thing that counts? The achievement of the mind. The creative effort.
Oh.
I don't know.
See, sounds like a villainous too.
All I do know is that we can do almost anything with matter or energy. We've streamlined science, but as for the human
Maybe
being,
she's actually a Soviet
we're still
spy.
muddling around in the Stone Age.
Maybe,
as far as our
yes.
emotions
She's just trying to get all the information out of these
But I
guys
suppose you have it all
by
neatly
whatever
reduced to
means
equations and
possible.
theorems.
Faking headaches or whatever, you know.
Very neatly.
And then she's going to take that back to Soviet Russia so that they can, you know, have their own space
night.
program.
Wait.
Yep. She got all the information she needed. Now she's cock blocking him.
I was gonna say they faked a headache together and they just went on a walk.
And he just gave her some information, and she's like, "All right, that's all I need. See you later." Yeah, she's a Soviet spy.
Oh no, that was a different. That was a different guy.
Philip. I want you. I want you so much.
Oh.
I want you so much to tell me more information about this space rocket.
Philip, I want us to have headaches together.
Please speak into my into my microphone into my boobs.
Kiss me first.
Pay no attention to the microphone between the boobs. Just talk slowly and clearly.
Yes.
And tell me about the thrust system on your newest rocket design.
Now you give me a cigarette.
No, not that thrust system. Oh no.
Poor fellow's gonna go home and have a sad night before falling asleep. We've all been there before.
Oh well. I guess.
May I come in?
Oh,
Of course.
she's busy tonight.
Let me
Now
tell
she's
you.
gonna have a headache with him.
Leave it till the morning. Mrs. Donovan is happy when she's got something to do. And you didn't come back to tidy up.
A mind reader.
There are some minds I can read.
Why am I so selfish?
Oh no,
Be
that's
happy
the okay. That's the black and white movies, man.
I'm not.
I know you're not. I wish I could help you.
All white people look the same to me.
I know she will.
Not Stephen.
What is happening already? I've noticed it. You're not a woman. You You wouldn't know.
But you can't destroy something you don't possess. Tonight,
And he was
I had
like,
the feeling
"Are you a shoe?"
she suddenly realized how utterly apart from Stephen's world she really is.
So did I.
Lisa, let me get you a transfer. To the United States, perhaps.
Oh yeah,
They want me
they're in
really.
Britain.
And it will give you time to think your way out of all this.
Sweet of you to want to help me.
Yeah, I
My
kind
own
of called
private
that this was the British space program when
Running
literally everyone spoke British or had
My
British
own
accents.
child, Lisa.
Oh, to me, it could also just be fine, 50
I want to
English
have a
to
shoulder
be
to cry.
honest.
Yeah,
So.
well, okay, so Hollywood has this really bad habit of thinking that every accent ever was a British accent. So whenever like a movie about ancient Egypt or something, the actors all have British accents, and it's annoying as hell.
Well, that is
Took your
also
time,
because
I
if
must
they used
Suppose the party was a lot more fun
if they
outside
actually used Dutch accent, no one would understand them because you can barely understand me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're back at last.
Well,
I want to get some things
there's
straight.
two main Dutch accents that I know of,
I don't care what time
and
it is.
I've gotten to where I can understand them
I found
both
it.
fairly well.
Or you needn't stare. You know perfectly well it's the letter from Universal Electric.
Well, there's nothing sacred about
And
it.
yet you hid it. You were afraid that I'd find it.
Stop
and
it, Vanessa. You're being childish.
Am I? Aren't you childish, clinging to this job at army pay when you got this offer at 4 times the salary?
You know I can't quit.
Slaves, that's what you are, all of you. Slaves in white overalls. You can't even blow your noses without permission from
You
security.
make more money spying with
You knew what
me.
you were doing when you married me. I told you then that we might have to stay at Deanfield for several years.
No, get in the kitchen and make
work
me
was
some
top secret.
babies,
Well, suppose you did.
woman.
I never dreamt it'd be like this. I can't even choose my own hairdresser. Have to
Oh.
be content with one that's passed as a good security risk. Our
Oh,
letters are censored, they stick
you
their noses into our
poor,
pots and pans, they...
privileged woman.
Like I was
you
talking
couldn't
about
do better, but
earlier,
there's this offer,
the
you
older
simply ignored it.
generation, they don't do their own
I
hair.
have to
They
finish
go
what
to
I
a
start,
hairdresser
Vanessa.
once a week, and
How long
that
will it
person
take you to
styles
finish
it,
what you
and
start?
then they just cement it in place for the week.
I don't know. 4 years,
But
5
poor,
years.
she couldn't even
maybe less.
even
4
pick her
years,
own
5
hair.
years, maybe less.
No, that poor lady.
Anyway, it's not really your job you're worried about. It's that precious Lisa Frank. Do you think I'm blind? How dare you walk out on me when I'm talking to you? Steve, I won't have you treat me this way.
Go to bed, Vanessa.
Slap her.
Oh, Steve.
I really thought he was
I
about to
only
slap
want
her.
I'm actually impressed. Yes.
If only you'd listen.
He shows great restraint. Restraint.
Go to bed.
Well, he didn't say with who, so you can sneak out
Fair.
and go to someone else's bed.
Fair. Communication is important. I mean,
See, I'm smart like that. You have to think about those things. If someone tells you to go to bed, but they don't say with who,
Oh,
you know.
I thought you, Oh, hello, Toby. Party all over? Some time ago. Oh, I just dropped by to look in on Luella. She's expecting you now.
How's the expectant
Okay,
father
he's
bearing up under
creepy.
the strain?
He hasn't got a thing to worry about, old boy.
they're
Luella's doing
both
fine.
creepy.
You better stop picking out names.
Yeah, but I don't
Be
trust
wrong
the
now.
suspenders guy.
As a matter of fact, I left the key of my
I
bungalow in my
don't
overalls.
I
You can
don't
pick it up.
I don't trust the
I
black
was on
jacket
my way
guy.
home when I suddenly had a crazy brainwave that by making certain changes in the ratio of
Maybe
the new
they're
fuel
all
propellant I'm
Soviet
working on,
spies. They're all trying to spy on each other, and they don't realize that they're all Soviet
If I stop by to
spies.
check it with Junior here.
Yeah, they're um,
I wanted to see whether or not.
or it's also like, what is an American spy? What is a Russian spy? And what is an Iranian spy? And
Well, at least I
So,
brought myself
fact
right.
he
You're lucky
brought
having
up
your own
an
quarters. We
interesting
small
point
fry in
that
the
I
black
actually
hole
know
have
something
precious
about.
privacy.
Maybe I thought you had all the fun
Colored
in the
paint.
world, toasting
Technicolor
marshmallows,
was
exchanging
invented
boys' secrets.
before this.
Good night, Toby.
I don't know exactly when this movie came out, but because Wizard of Oz was like late 30s and they had Technicolor. But earlier movies actually they would originally like hand paint every frame
The instrument panel
to
will
have
show the
colored
height
film.
fixed and the various stages at which the
And
automatic instrument
what was that
will begin their
movie,
work.
Trip
Dr.
to the
Frank
Moon,
will call out
where
the
they
ticket,
shoot the
and
bullet
its
into the
course
moon's
will be
eye?
plotted on this
Yeah.
chart.
I
That
guess so.
movie was
At a distance of
originally hand painted.
1,075 miles above sea level.
Why that figure,
Yeah.
Professor?
Because at that height, we know the rocket will become a satellite of Earth. It will never return and will circle the globe once every 2 hours.
But
and
I'm assuming this movie was the 1950s. When this movie came out, not many mediums of showing films were able to do color. So most movies were still in black and white, and it would stay like that until the mid to late 60s.
And after this drops off, the third and final section continues under its own power, which will carry it into an eternal elliptical orbit round the Earth.
And you believe that later on,
Actually,
you
I have
can
to say,
really
to this
achieve on a
movie's
larger
credit,
scale. With my
usually they come up with all weird mumble jumble, or usually the rocket is just
Within 2 or 3 years,
going to a space station that's somehow already in orbit, and then they launch from that. But here they actually sort of describe what.
Yeah, they actually have the science down pretty well. But then again, we had already sent rockets to space by this time.
Yes, but older
And a lot of the movies we watched have
than
been-
this. I mean, newer movies than this. But movies that are less old still did all these weird mumble jumble that they just pulled out of their ass.
Yeah, like at least these guys realized that you have to have a big ass rocket to send a tiny thing to space. And here's our space dildo right here.
Launching platform for atomic weapons.
I hope we shall never have to
I
use
swear
it for
that looks like a dildo.
No, but it'll be available if necessary.
I mean, if you're brave enough, but sure.
Everything's a dildo if you're brave
Tremendous
enough.
amounts of our defense budget on your work, Kepler, and
Even
we
my
must be
computer.
prepared for both peace and war.
But yeah, no.
Ready, Professor.
If you will take a seat here, sir.
Certainly.
So the woman's sitting there at the radio in the background. She's transmitting all of her findings back to Russia right now.
Yeah.
Already, yes.
And he's transferring to his government.
Control booth. Our nearest
Yep.
point to the launching site.
He's copying the draftings of the rocket so that he can send them back to Russia.
Like that is the French spy. He has like a little microphone in one of his buttons.
Yeah.
He's actually he is actually a Spanish spy. And
there's the German spy.
That is the German spy. Yes, Polish spy.
18 seconds. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10.
All of a sudden, it just cuts to Elon Musk sitting there.
6, 5, 4, 3.
That's the corporate spy.
Why is that guy wearing a gas mask, though? Like, does he know something that no one else does?
It seems that he's just sitting in a launch station and not in the rocket or something. So I have no idea.
Speed 180
Yeah.
miles per hour.
180,
Gyropilot effective. Climbing at 86 degrees.
86,
Acceleration 3.5 G.
3.5,
Altitude 67 miles.
67,
Already?
Speed 970 miles per hour.
970,
Acceleration 6 G.
Oh.
Altitude 260 miles.
I'm sorry, but pushing 6 Gs for an extended amount of time
miles per hour.
would really mess someone up.
Acceleration 8 G.
Yeah, that is where you get knocked out.
Space section disconnect.
That's why, like, you know, even what was it, the Saturn V? They never pushed. I think the most they ever pushed was like 3.5 Gs, and that was for just a short time.
Yeah, I mean,
like 6 Gs. Imagine you weigh 200 pounds.
yeah, no.
That would make you weigh 1,200 pounds.
I mean, yeah, listen, the goal of sending people into space is that they usually come back alive. That's usually like one of the goals, right? So.
Well, it's one of the goals for, you know, most of the world, but Russia didn't really care about that.
Well, even,
I mean, Russia's been a lot of people that didn't come back.
For the prestige, it matters. Not for a human life.
If you care about the people you're sending, then yeah.
No, that's right. It's not about caring for the people you're sending. It's for the prestige that you send.
Caring about the mission.
Yeah, the mission. Yeah, it's the mission. It's not the human life. It's the mission that you brought someone back alive.
Because, you know, there were a bunch of cosmonauts that, back when it was still the Soviet Union, that somehow their records just got deleted and these people disappeared.
Yeah.
And people picked up transmissions and people, like, transmissions coming from space where these people were screaming that they're on fire in Russian and some pretty creepy stuff.
633.
Like I said,
Like,
man.
they did kill a lot of people trying to get to space.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Soviets didn't really care that much.
Yeah, I mean, of course, they just tried it until they could announce that they sent someone in space and that he came back alive. I mean,
and if they sent them and they didn't come back alive, then that person just never existed.
Eventually, of course, it'll fall back to Earth.
That's how they did it.
Does that mean total failure?
Only a temporary one, sir. As long as the rocket stays up there, our automatic instruments will send out signals giving us valuable data.
This is very disappointing. Let me have a full report as soon as possible.
It sounds like something went wrong, by the way.
Yeah. So who's on the rocket? Have we seen who's on the rocket yet?
I don't think there is anything on the rocket. It's just they're sending they're sending a.
You don't know
this is. I just now noticed that this is quite a boring movie.
Yeah, it kind of is.
It's like, oh, we're sending a rocket to space.
No one's on it, so, you know, we're not going to have rolling desk chairs on our rocket. We're not going to have a colony of women that will try to seduce us.
Every building and every room.
No, it's just a bunch of British people.
Try to send a
British
rocket.
people are boring.
Yeah.
If what you just told me about Dr. Crenshaw and Mrs. Mitchell is true, it's very disturbing.
Why?
Oh, no.
Because we're scientists, is that supposed to make us different from other people?
That's the whole point. 2 people have disappeared and something went wrong with the rocket.
Oh, no, there were people in
Normal
there.
experimental station, we could send out a general alarm and get the press and radio to help us find them. But we can't. Not a
The
word
people
of this can be
disappeared.
covered.
Okay.
Is that picture in the background, is that a woman holding up a T-square to her eye?
Yes, sir.
I don't know.
Like, is it supposed to be a sextant or something? But it looks like a drafting square.
I thought it was supposed to be a sword. Oh no, he's going away.
He's got to go save the people on the rocket.
Oh no, what? Huh?
Or maybe his wife just didn't clean properly.
Oh,
He
he's
told her
going
to go to bed.
Oh, he's going to pretend that he doesn't have a wife. Is that what he's doing? Is he going to pretend he
Oh,
doesn't have a wife?
He's kicking her ass to the curb so she can find a new hairdresser.
No, I think
I came to see how you were.
I'm fine.
I'm fine. That's why.
That's
I'm
why
taking
I'm
all of your shit and packing it up.
I mean, you don't want sympathy.
Well, perhaps I don't need it.
May I sit down?
Oh, please, forgive me.
Don't you want to tell me about it?
What are you driving at, Lisa?
Or wait, that's not his wife. That's the other
I mean
woman.
that you're not being frank with me. Or with yourself.
No, because my name is not Frank.
Steve, we work.
My name is Steve. How can I be frank with you if my name is Steve?
Be frank with me. Okay. Hi, I'm Frank. What can I do
Slaves
for
in
you?
white overalls, she calls it.
That is how you
She was wrong, and you know it.
lose a relationship.
Isn't that the greatest thing we're doing? Making the age-old dream of all men come true. Oh, Steve, you can't.
Or that's how you tell
find the
someone you
woman
have
who-
multiple personality disorder.
I'm sorry. I forgot you loved her.
No. I didn't love her, Lisa. At least it wasn't
Yeah,
anymore.
it was his wife that they sent to space.
I mean, why did you marry her?
Oh, so she
She gave good
disappears.
blowjob.
I just came along.
Okay,
Big
so
American
she
scientist,
disappears
hush,
in the
hush job with
rockets.
the government.
That is
Yeah.
what went wrong.
Top secret stuff. She could see herself moving in high circles, living a very glamorous
This
life.
is a long monologue to say that she gave you a good blowjob, so you married her.
It's an old story, Lisa.
I mean, we all know what
The
happened.
guy with a
dude.
one-track mind, nothing but rockets in his head.
I
Rockets
like
in
how
the-
even
Beautiful woman.
he even lights a cigarette for the monologue and everything.
I
Like,
mean,
this is classic cinema right here. I love it.
It is. It is a 50s movie.
Yeah. The play I directed, I used that exact framing for it. Like, there was this one monologue, I had the guy go off to the corner of the stage and put a spotlight on him and had him light up a cigarette and give this dramatic monologue by himself while smoking a cigarette.
Because somehow it still works.
Take these gentlemen
And
to
it
Dr.
was
Kepler.
it was a stupid play. Like, it was a hilarious play. So of course the monologue is very melodramatic and over the top and everything, and it worked so perfectly because it's such a cheesy trick to do it that way.
Yes, I happen to be a doctor of science, Professor.
A
Biologist.
doctor of
Last
science.
5 years, I've been seconded to intelligence.
Professor.
Biology.
Oh, it's JM.
I see. But you
Or
understand
maybe
that
this is
anything
JM's
to
dad
upset the
or
work of
granddad or
archaeology
something.
here
Oh no!
would
Wait,
be
wait, wait.
disastrous.
He's a doctor of science.
Who do you think?
Professor. He didn't say. He said to the professor that he's a doctor of
Even
science.
if it is.
No. That's seriously. That's what.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah.
Officially,
Yeah, that's
I'm here as a
JM.
replacement for Dr. Crenshaw.
I have a lot to do with
That's
Dr. Crenshaw.
JM if he did another online
I'm a great
degree.
believer
He
in
would say he's a
atmosphere.
doctor of science.
Hunches may not be scientific, but sometimes they pay off.
Just going down to the village. Very sorry, sir. Against regulations.
I've got a pass.
Sorry, sir. This is only valid for getting in, not for getting out.
You're ours now.
No, sir.
Whoa.
Making a note that you tried to get out, and when?
I see. Is this the only gate?
No, there's one at the other side of the compound for lorries and vans, but it's guarded the same as this, sir.
Quite a little fortress, aren't we? And unlikely that anyone could get past you two.
Not if he's flesh and blood.
Well, gives one a real feeling of security knowing there are chaps like you around.
Thank you, sir.
He's definitely planning something.
Yep. He was plotting there. He's gonna make a jailbreak, guys.
He's gonna get past exactly them.
Yep.
And he's gonna make these two
Well,
look
he's
like
gonna
a
go
fool.
try the other gate first. They're gonna tell him what those guys told him, and then he's gonna go out the original gate. And
No.
take
He's
all the secrets to the Russians.
Now he's not even gonna try the other gates anymore.
Well,
he's just like, oh, now you said like,
It was built to
you know, now you done it, guys. Now you done it. You made a note of it. No.
It carried 52.5 tons of fuel for the first stage. Of this, more than 90% would be used in the first 84 seconds.
And what about the second and third sections?
The second would only use 7.7 tons, and the third 9 tons.
I see.
She didn't.
Now,
she just
suppose that
squiggled on the
certain
paper a little
proportion
bit.
of
How
the
did she
fuel for the
figure
third
all that
stage
out?
Should be inoperative.
She's very smart.
What do you mean?
Well, say that by
She
mistaken
is
loading,
the token woman
final
in
part
this
of the
movie.
rocket had only 6 or 7
Therefore,
tons
she
of
is
fuel
very smart.
instead of
Yes,
the
he's the
necessary 9
mathematician.
tons. Could that have caused the failure?
Is she a doctor of mathematicians?
But that's
Yes.
impossible.
No.
Not a doctor of
No.
mathematics,
Dr.
A
Mitchell
doctor
said.
of mathematicians.
A nurse of mathematicians.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. Women can't be doctors in the 50s.
No.
Just what did you mean? I thought you came here to help us and...
You mean that I haven't asked you any questions about Crenshaw and Mrs. Mitchell? Don't worry, Dr. Frank. Maybe I'm getting nowhere. Or maybe I'm getting somewhere by my own devious route.
Ooh.
I'm a great believer in patience.
My name is not James. Not
Rather
James
depressing, all
Bond.
Crenshaw's
My name is
personal
Frank,
belongings still
remember?
around.
You told me to be frank with you.
Feel as if I might bump into his ghost at any moment.
Ghost? I should say he's very much alive.
Do you think so? Somehow I smell death in this room.
Oh.
My grandmother was
Sorry, that was me. I farted.
That's nice. Oh, well, I may be wrong. Crenshaw was always a chap for looking after number one. I often used to tell him when we were at Cambridge that if he ever...
Where?
Cambridge. We were at the same college, you know.
Then Dr. Crenshaw must have been the most remarkable student. I happen to know he was at Oxford.
Oxford? He can't have been.
You were never at college with him. Why are you lying about it?
Now, look here.
Ever since you
Because
came here,
he's
you've
a
done nothing
Soviet
but pump me
spy.
and the rest of us. Just what are you
Ooh,
up to?
that sounds hot.
I laid that trap for you deliberately because I wanted your reaction. I know Crenshaw was at Oxford.
Oh, very good. That's an easy way out.
But I also happen to know that he took a degree in Germany, a degree in engineering, a fact which he was very careful to conceal.
Very careful.
Andrews, I'm here to find out what happened to Crenshaw and that precious rocket of yours. And I want help.
I don't understand it. It's all so confusing.
Yes, it always is. Life isn't laid out in neat patterns. But every now and then, you come across pieces.
So
put
it was
together.
Soviet
It's your
sabotage.
duty to try and help me find those pieces. If there's anything you
They
know,
just did it. The British space program just did a Van Braun, but they didn't tell anyone.
It's a funny thing.
I
The night of
mean,
the party,
there's a reason
I'd
the
gone back to
British
the
haven't
laboratory
been
to
to
do some extra
space.
work on a new fuel formula.
Yes.
And there
Still,
was
to
Philip.
this day.
He said he'd forgotten the keys of his bungalow.
I mean, they've got the
But he hadn't.
ESA, but that's all
It was
in
a
Europe.
lie.
Yeah.
They don't have the
Was it?
BSA.
And
Yep.
with that, I figured that we would.
Well, you just happened to pause it on the woman stabbing her eye with the sword or drafting square, whatever that is.
I think
I want that picture.
my headcanon is that is literally what the picture is supposed to be. It's like, yeah, no, listen, chaps. You know, women, eh? They could, you know, we all know that they can't do science, eh? So, well, how about we do this sciencey thing, eh? And she stabs herself in the eye.
I mean, how will you know what a sword can do to an eye unless you stab your eye with a sword?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about the scientific method here. What's your independent variable?
Yeah. How do you know that stabbing a sword with your eye with a sword results in getting blind in that eye? I mean, we need more data.
We need many flat earthers to test this for us.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah, maybe there are some answers to that in this ad break we're about to have.
All right.
I just picked a string of old ads, so I forgot where the ads were about.
Sweet.
So, yeah.
Well, it'll be a surprise to all of us then.
Yes, let's check them out. See you guys in a little bit.
We found a whole bunch of mistakes on your taxes, Mr. Cupid. You owe quite a large amount of money. Quite a lot. What are you doing? What is this? Don't. No, Mr. Cupid. I'm an IRS agent. This has no effect on me whatsoever. Is that real gold? Is that necessary? I'm sure that's worth something, and you need every penny you can get. That one did it! That one did it! No, it didn't! Hey, everybody, look! Hey, kid, you got any more arrows in there? You're fresh out!
Don't face taxes alone. You've got people. Find your people with HRBlock.com.
Wait! It's working! I love my job!
Hey, Tim, show Joel how everything you touch turns into Skittles.
That's awesome.
Is it awesome? Well, you can't hold your newborn baby boy in your arms. Did you feed and dress yourself this morning? I didn't. I met a man on the bus today. I shook his hand. He'll never see his family again. I guess that's pretty awesome. Excuse me.
Touch the rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
Hey baby, how is your car run? Do you have a trouble with your transmission? Shift it in forward, shift it in reverse. Domestico foreign, I please you with my service. Shift it in forward, shift it in reverse. Domestico foreign, I please you with my service. shifted in forward, shifted in reverse. Domestico foreign, I please you with my service. Shifted in forward, shifted in reverse. Domestico foreign, I please you with my service.
Hello, my name is Gorgon. Let me help you shift it.
Burbank, that's only like 2,500 miles from where I live. I can take my car there to get an oil change and then get another one right when I get back home.
He only does transmissions.
Close enough. I mean, cars have both transmissions and oil, so, you know.
Shifted forward, shifted in reverse. Yeah, I love that one. I saw it and I instantly remembered it. And I was like, oh yeah, this is great.
It's like the crappiest local commercial ever, but it's perfect.
He knows that it's gonna be crappy. He knows it's like, okay,
Yeah.
listen, I only have like a $100 budget. What am I gonna do? You know what? Let's just go for it. I love it.
Sometimes, though, when you know your product is going to be shitty, so you go to extra effort to make sure that it's really shitty, and like that's the best. It's when you're trying to make a good product that turns out to be shitty, where it's not good.
No, exactly.
But when you try to be shitty, that makes it hilarious.
That is what I loved about Kung Fury.
Yeah. Yeah, movies like that are great, but then you get, JM's zombie movie or JM's Superman movie where it's like, he was actually seriously trying to make a good movie, and that's what he made. Where it's just cringe.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, if you can only make like a simple background that looks obviously fake, then just do something with it that are people where that make people think like, oh, this is actually pretty smart. Like I think at some point, like with Kung Fury, there's at some point like the whole army of people, and it's really obvious that it's just the same guy with a gas mask. And you can just clearly see it. But one thing is this: they have a gas mask on, so that's pretty smart. And two, like almost every character does like a weirdly different movements to make it sort of seem like they're all moving independently, and it's actually like, yeah, like that is how you do it.
I love the scene though when it's the two guys sitting there arguing over their mustaches, and then they get crushed by a tank.
Yeah. Yeah,
like they spend so much time arguing about mustaches just to get slaughtered senselessly by a tank.
Yes, and then the best joke in the whole movie happened. Thank you. One of the best jokes, because our other joke is, of course, when he's fighting the Nazis, and he says, I'm disarming you. And then he pulls off his arms.
Yep. So there's supposed to be a sequel to that movie, either being made or was supposed to be made or something. Yeah,
and it involves the American president. For example, you take one wild guess, knowing that they had the Hoff in it in the previous one. Who they gonna have as the as the president of the United States?
Yeah. Well, there's also
take a wild guess. Take a wild guess.
Yeah, the Cheeto.
No.
Huh?
No. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They have Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger as the president.
Ah. Well, there was that one movie, Iron Sky, where they had the U.S. president was like a Sarah Palin impersonator. Oh, that irritated the crap out of me. Like, Sarah Palin is like fingernails on a chalkboard to me.
Oh yeah. Yes. Absolutely. But I just was thinking that my point was, to me, like Arnold Schwarzenegger as the American president for a movie like that is just so fucking perfect.
Yeah. I mean, he couldn't actually be a real life American president because he's not a natural born citizen.
No.
You know, they can take a few liberties with movies like that.
But he's playing the president, so he doesn't have to play Arnold Schwarzenegger, but just, you know...
I mean, you know, the Arnold Schwarzenegger character in The Simpsons, McBain, was the president in The Simpsons movie, so there is that. There's precedence for a Schwarzenegger presidency.
So, yeah. So, I think we were watching some kind of movie.
Something about headaches and Russian spies, I think.
Yes, and rocket people disappearing off screen.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, they didn't even have the budget to build the set to show the inside of the rocket. So they were just like, they're gone.
Yeah.
You asked me to come here, Smith. You got something on your mind. Let's have it.
Oh, I was thinking that the movie was frozen, but no, the guy was actually speaking.
Yes.
Man is not lost.
You were the last.
So I'll stab my eye with this sword.
Oh, it's not even a woman. It's just it's just a man from the Middle Ages.
Well, 3 hours before the takeoff.
You know,
around,
tapestries back then
9
had
o'clock,
weird shit like that
made
in
my
them.
final check
So
of the radar
it
installations
wouldn't
in the
surprise
fuel
me at all if there was, like, the Bayou Tapestry.
Yes,
There was someone stabbing themselves in the eye with a sword.
In the exhaust pit.
You secured the airlock, and the rocket was then ready for the takeoff.
That's right.
Dr. Mitchell, did anyone else have access to the inside of the rocket after you left?
Well, the airlock could have been opened, yes. But it's a rather lengthy and cumbersome operation.
Yes. Yes, I see. This is a complete diagram of the rocket, isn't it?
Yes.
And these are the fuel tanks.
That's
It
right.
would have been a lot funnier if it was like a
we've established
picture
that the
of
loss of 2 or possibly
pin-up
3 tons of
woman
fuel from the nose
instead of the rocket,
would prevent
but
the
he
rocket
still
from
said, "This
reaching
is a
its
complete
airtime."
diagram of the rocket, isn't it?"
But there was no such loss. I told you that I checked the fuel tanks myself. There was absolutely no possibility for any leakage.
No.
Well, you know, with age, you get a little leakage every now and then.
Smith, you've got a little man running around loose inside your brain, just dying to get out and say something. Why don't you let him say it?
Thank you, Dr. Mitchell. Please believe me, that little man is only doing his duty.
Well, let's hear him.
He's suggesting that you open the valves and let 2 or 3 tons of fuel escape through the pump line.
Dun dun dun.
Container still in the exhaust.
Nuh-uh, he did.
And you had actually more fuel on the launching site than was necessary for the complete supply.
And does your little man say why I went to all this trouble?
So
Well, he's
polite.
got a theory.
Is he talking about his
Beginning
penis?
nasty theory.
Your little man?
No, inside his brain. So your brain penis. We all have a brain penis.
That gives me a brain boner.
He's a cute little fellow, isn't he?
Very cute.
He's a cute little brain penis.
And shrewd, too. He's suggesting that you trapped your wife and Dr. Crenshaw together, killed them, and hid the bodies in your house. Then when dusk fell, you took them to the launching site. One of the trolleys was seen at the back of your house. You had more than an hour alone at the launching site.
I mean, you know, one thing that actually happens is they have the people going to space in isolation for, you know, a good week before the launch, but apparently you can just go home the night before and bang your significant other and then get murdered and dragged back to the rocket. And
that sort of thing, like no pre-launch checkups, no. Oh, you're already in the rocket. I can see your silhouette.
Why are you duct taped to that chair?
Yeah, it's a bit weird, but okay. The guards didn't report that you came in there this morning. Did you? The
guards were too busy trying to keep the other guy in to notice that he came in.
Oh wait, you're not saying anything. Okay, that's fine.
It's late, Smith. You've had a busy day.
Just remember to clean up the blood before lunch.
You need some sleep.
This won't take long.
I think he's trying to have a headache with him.
Something that may even make you change your mind about not talking. It's about Crenshaw. Did you ever know that in addition to his qualifications as a biologist, he also had a degree in engineering?
So?
He's a traitor, Mitchell. A traitor and a spy.
Whoa.
See, I fucking told you that there were spies in this movie.
Of
course. Why did you wait until now to tell me this?
I hoped you might tell me first.
Of course, I just thought everyone was a spy.
I thought your wife might have been.
So I figured I'd get it right eventually.
If they're both alive, I'll find them. But if they're dead, and you killed them, you must tell me. We've got to know what happened to Crenshaw.
You're from military intelligence. You find him.
I didn't know a doctor of science could be from military intelligence.
Well, you know, sometimes when your parents are very, very rich, you know.
Yeah. Gotta love that nepotism. When one door isn't quite enough, make sure to have two.
Oh, this is the hallway. Look. Like.
I think I found it.
Found what?
The cause of the rocket's failure. I think it would. Steve.
Lisa.
I'm going to need my pouty cigarette for this. Hold on.
Haven't you heard about me?
Okay, now tell me.
I haven't heard anything.
You haven't heard that I'm a murderer?
No.
Smith has developed a very pretty theory that I killed Vanessa and Philip. That I drained some
You
fuel
haven't
out
heard
of
I'm
the
a
rocket and
murderer?
pushed their
Because
bodies
I
in.
am. Pulls out a
Now they're
knife
up
and
there
stabs her
circling the earth.
17 times.
But why?
Oh, they've got a lot of circumstantial evidence. If I were in their places, I suppose I might even believe it myself.
They can't believe that.
Look, Lisa. Kepler knows me as well as anybody. He's not even sure I didn't do it.
Oh,
He must
no.
have been just browbeaten by that awful man Smith.
However he's done it, he's done it.
But what's going to happen? What are they going to do?
Well, Apparently, I'm too important to the whole project to be dispensed with immediately. When they've completely picked my brains, I suppose I'll be tried for murder.
They can't do that. They can't.
Oh, yes, they can.
We're not going to try you for murder
Sentencing a man
until
to
you tell
hang
us
in 5
everything you
years'
know.
time, isn't it? Death deferred.
We got to use up all your knowledge first.
Well, he can't leave the base anyway, so...
Yeah, those guards are really strict about getting off of that base. Once you're
to
on,
hearing.
you're there forever.
Yes.
Now look.
Well, unless you launch into space and
You
without
remember that we were
without
worried
enough
about the
fuel to
supply
land.
for the 50-second boost?
Yeah.
Yes, but we solved that with the superplastic that replaced the aluminum alloy.
Yes, but we forgot one thing. The evaporation quotient of hydrogen.
Yes, but the tests showed that the...
No, the tests were made under simulated space conditions. But suppose, just suppose that we underestimated friction at that speed and that altitude. Now,
Yeah,
suppose
maybe you shouldn't
the
launch
fuel
people
pump
into
isn't
space
there.
with 6G, you
But let's joke.
insane morons.
The supply of the propellant would be
I mean,
sufficient
if you were going to
before
have
the
that
rocket
much
failure.
friction, wouldn't you want some
see-
lube first?
It's a distinct possibility.
Well, also, when you don't want this much friction, maybe you shouldn't go so fast.
Oh, they're about to have a headache together.
He just lost his wife. No, but we actually had a commercial here. It was an anti-smoking commercial or something, I think. But it was the text literally said, "If you smoke after sex, you know you're gone too fast."
Yep.
I can't have you brought into this.
You got to slow down.
I don't care. I love you so much.
I mean, sex shouldn't be a race to
We can
begin
work it out
with.
together. Prove them wrong.
You and I. Yeah. Maybe we can. And I think Lisa's theory is completely feasible. And it's the only one we have that fits all the known facts.
It would be the answer to a lot of things.
Would it explain the disappearance of Crenshaw and Dr. Mitchell's wife? There was no way for them to get out of Deanfield.
You want conclusive proof, is that it, Smith? Well, I've thought of a way to silence even your inquiring little mind. A simple way. Bring back the first rocket with a second rocket. Only somebody's in that second rocket. Me.
Stephen, you're mad.
I can't let you talk this way.
But we don't
Stephen.
have a second rocket.
We're
It'll
not ready
take
to
us
think about things
17
like this
months
yet.
to build
Our
one.
spacesuits are still experimental. We don't know the effect of pressure and
Oh,
acceleration on the
now I
human
get it.
body.
They think they disappeared and they think they might be in a rocket. Okay.
We know enough to take a calculated risk.
But not enough to involve a human life.
Well, it's my life. And not a very good one unless I can prove the bodies are not in that rocket.
Your life happens to be my responsibility. I value it
Okay,
more than
so
your
they
attempt
weren't
to prove a
supposed to be in that rocket.
Yes.
Professor
But they're also not sure if they are in that rocket.
since
They
I've
just
come to
disappeared.
Deanfield, I've had one idea
Because
in
I was
mind.
kind of confused
to
about
design
it,
the
like when he
first rocket
said
ship to carry a human
our
being.
spacesuits are experimental.
know
Then
now,
why
I'm
the fuck did
confident
you
that I can
send
do it.
people up to
Yes,
space?
I am trying to prove a point. But not the one that you're thinking of. That's only incidental to the main point, the conquest of space.
But yeah, but okay. So they're not sure if they're in the space ship.
Human being.
And
human being makes the
they
first
weren't
rocket flight
supposed to be there
where it
anyway.
stands
So
as
yeah,
far
okay.
as future development is concerned.
They could be their bodies could be
Better
hidden
to go
somewhere.
than an accused murderer who was also a scientist.
Dr. Mitchell, I shall recommend that permission be granted.
Dun, dun, dun. More people coming in that'll never get out. Eventually, it's going to be people packed in that base like a tuna can.
Yeah, they practically have to play sort of Tetris. Well, that's that space suit is probably gonna fail. So.
I mean, it looks like a deep sea diving suit.
Like, this is what I love, by the way. The base is so secure that you're not allowed to go off the base, maybe because maybe you spill something about the mission. But you can just go next to the rocket and meet your girlfriend.
Yeah.
You know I'll come back. You must.
No, not just your girlfriend, the woman that you're basically cheating on with your wife, because officially she's still missing and not dead.
Yes, darling, I was frightened too, thinking about it.
Well, I mean, he knows whether he murdered his wife or not, so...
And if anything should happen...
Sure, but they could still be dead, or still be alive.
But I don't want to talk or think about death. Not on a night like this.
Well, you know, after this, if his wife's alive, he could move to Utah, become a Mormon, and then
Oh, and of course it was her husband.
Little more than 24 hours to go. Well,
You know, I feel a swinging session coming on when they get back.
We're always foolproof.
Or yeah, maybe they were already swingers, and now that you know, one half of the couple is of the swingers group is dead. The other two are just like, well, no, we weren't married with each other, but you know.
Well, the two in the rocket are up in space having a bunch of zero-G sex right now. Which sounds fun until you think about the physics behind it. Like, every thrust pushes you away, so how exactly do you have zero?
How about all the sweat and all the other body moisture? It's
There's a lot of fluids involved in this that are going to get on everything.
It's gonna be a
get back, and the first person that sticks their head in the rocket is like, "Why does it smell like sex in here?"
Enlistment was up, and he went home. What's all the excitement about?
Why is the button to the airlock sticky?
Yes.
Why is there white goo on everything? What have you guys been doing in here?
Toby, I want to talk to you.
Come in.
And then it was a 10-month mission, and the sex happened on the 11 like a 12 like a 1-year mission, and it happened on the first month or something like that. So, space baby.
They get back and there's a baby. What the hell? We only sent 2 people. We come back with 3.
I didn't ask you to go with him.
And then the woman's just like, "No, going to space makes you pregnant." And they're like, "Oh, okay, cool." Because they didn't know any better back then.
Toby, please.
Yes, I'm saying British people in the 50s were stupid.
No matter how much you love Steve, you mustn't go with him.
In the 50s?
I've got to.
Yeah, they were pretty cool in the 40s.
No,
but
I
then
mean,
the 50s came around and they were dumb.
I mean, they're still.
Like, they kind of stepped up their game for the 40s.
It never got better.
Yeah, it's all been downhill since then. Like, the Battle for Britain, that was really their high point.
I'd like to speak to Mr. Rogers, please.
Well, I'm afraid that's impossible, sir. See, my husband was killed a week ago.
You're not even in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
In an accident. He was in a car with a friend. They skidded. Dave was thrown from the car.
Oh.
I'm terribly sorry, Mrs. Rogers.
She killed her husband.
Friend.
She's making that up.
His name? Well, I know Dave called him Phil. He was on the same station as Dave, but I only saw him the once, the day he called for my husband.
Would you recognize him?
Yes, that's him, all right.
He didn't have a lady with him by any chance, did he?
No. All I know is Dave had some sort of a business deal with him, something to do with a boat.
What sort of boat, do you know?
Ooh.
Well, I did hear this Phil mention something about...
They just planned a secret escape from this base that
What's
never
all this
lets
got to do with
anyone
Dave?
out.
I can't stay to explain
That's
now,
what
Mr. Rogers.
happened.
I'm in a great hurry, but you'll be most helpful.
Yeah, because he's a spy. And she is too.
Yeah.
Demon Orb! What are you doing, sir? The Demon Orb is genuinely one of the one of the very few not stupid British people.
Steve, how are you going to do
I'll
it?
take your word for it. I don't know that
what?
I've ever met a
Bring
not
back the other
stupid
rock.
British person. I'm looking at you,
Well-
FTFE.
What I have to do is synchronize my speed with the AS-1, move alongside, secure it with the magnetic grapples, and then I can bring it back using the extra parachutes for a double landing.
Sounds anything but easy to me. Still, if you say it can be done.
Let's say that, according to the best scientific calculations, it's entirely possible.
How do you feel?
You really want to know?
No. I guess I feel the same way.
See, listen,
Still, I might as well get used to it.
He says he's speaking British, but...
What are you talking about?
Look, Steve, I don't know why you're really doing this, and I don't care. But scientifically, I'm just as much involved
Well, he's
in
got
this
the
experiment
British
as you are.
teeth.
After all, two of us would stand a better chance of staying alive.
Look at those crooked chompers.
Coming back that way.
You do know that
Fine,
they
all
have
settled.
proper Medicare in Great Britain. That is why their British teeth are probably better than American teeth, right?
No, they all have messed up teeth.
What? Yes, I want the whole district sealed off. 12 search parties at least. Now, this is top priority. Where? Seaview Cottage. Are you sure? No, I'll go myself. Send a couple of squad cars to follow me. Oh, they seem to have located them.
Send the squads to follow me.
Well, you're leading the way.
Only 6 hours to go. Have you checked everything, Steve?
We'll give it a final checkup in a few moments. Just thought I'd say goodbye now.
But to be frank with you, no, we want Steve, not Frank.
Just excuse us for a moment, sir.
Yes, of course.
Why does everyone keep telling me to be Frank?
Asked me to tell you
My
she
name
won't
is
be here
Steve
for
for the
takeoff.
final time, damn it.
Of course. Steve, it's still not too late. Won't you reconsider the matter?
We can't disappoint Dr. Smith, can we? No. If anything should go wrong, you'll take care of Lisa, won't you?
Don't worry, I'll take care of her.
Oh, I can manage the rest, boys, with Dr. Frank's help.
I'll have
Oh, you better
headaches
check
with
the
her
intercom,
every
right.
night.
I've changed my mind, Lisa. I'm going with him.
Toby, you can't. We made a bargain.
I made a mistake.
Now you're making a bigger mistake, Toby. Whether Steve succeeds or not, there'll always be another day for someone else to follow him. But right now is what matters to me. Can't you understand? I belong with Steve. And it's my life. And I would rather die with him than live without him. Toby, please. There isn't much time.
What is she trying to convince him to not go because she loves Steve? But what?
No, she just wanted to do him real quick. She gets around the office, you know.
How much further is it?
Just over the brow of the hill, sir. You can't see it from the road.
Oh.
So she's hiding out there the whole time and she's not in space.
No.
So Steve's going to space to save her, but she's just chilling in this cottage.
Yeah.
With the shifty guy that I said I didn't trust the whole time.
You can't pull out now. Oh, yes, I can.
Still, he's...
You told me we were going to America.
He's also
West,
German.
not east. Ever since we've left Deanfield, we've been dodging and hiding and running away. From what? Do you think I'm an idiot, Philip? And now you have to go and bring me to a hole like this.
Now listen, Tessa. You're in this whether you like it or not. There's no time for stupid argument. Now for the last time.
No.
Very well. Have it your own way. You're a stupid girl, Nessa. Where I'm going,
I know exactly where you're going and what's going to happen there. Deanfield was a prison and you got me out of that. I'd be mad to change it for another prison, even if it has got 200 million people in it.
Oh. When you're a traitor...
America's not a prison.
When you're a traitor, but at least you're not a commie.
Over there!
No, Philip.
Why didn't they just drive the car over there?
No! No!
I'm sorry it had to end like this.
Do you think
Nessa,
saying no is going to stop him?
but you know too much for me to leave you behind. You had your chance, but you wouldn't take it.
It took him way too long to do that.
Yeah.
Like, normally if I'm going to shoot something, I don't point the gun and then say a monologue before I shoot it.
I mean...
You can only hang a man once, Crenshaw. In your case, it's a great pity.
But here's the thing,
you're not... I want Deanfield 8266. This is official.
You're not evil.
Disconnected. I must get... No, I have not got an authorization from London, but we...
And I'm not British.
Take good care of him. Yes, sir.
I'm American. We know how to use guns around here.
So, did I understand it right? He couldn't call like an ambulance or something because the line was disconnected, but the operator told him, and he couldn't. And he said like, "I just want to go have an ambulance," and he said, "No, man, you can't. You're disconnected."
Where we're going, we don't need ambulances.
Oh, wait, he's sending her. Oh, she wants to go with him because, okay.
They want some zero-G sex.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, at least his wife is a cheating, slimy bitch, so...
Well, and at least
he's getting a good deal out of this.
Yeah, he's like, okay, sure, if you want to leave me for him, I'll in the death rocket where you most likely would die, then sure, I'll send you with him.
Yep, here come the double gates.
The double gates was a railroad crossing, I told you.
They don't want those trains on the base.
No, I don't know how they do it in America now, but here too, the gates close off. Oh wait, yeah, now wait, I see what you mean now. Well, you know, it's a poor design, but
30 seconds to go, Professor.
I mean, it's British, so it's bound to be a poor design.
Takeoff for the critical period. We still don't know how the human body will react to the tremendous acceleration. We've done everything in our power to protect.
Well, I guess that since
slow the acceleration down.
My guess is since it's 6G that you're using, the body will probably turn to mush.
There's the random guy with the gas mask again.
Oh, and that is because he's launching the rocket from right underneath the launch sites.
All takeoff jets in action.
Because
I thought he was in the room with everyone else.
Yeah, because they can't do that remotely. It has to be right underneath the
So
rocket.
you just have to sit there under the rocket to set it off.
Okay, let's draw some straws.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
But that's not the same rocket that they were going on. That's the V2. Did they accidentally launch the wrong rocket?
He's not alone, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Papa.
I couldn't help it.
Ha. 10 seconds too late.
We must bring the rocket back. Lisa, she's taken Toby's place. She's up there.
Gyroclimate affected. Climbing at 87 degrees.
And they haven't figured out how to put a radio on a rocket yet, so they can't actually talk to the people on the rockets.
Hello, Deanfield. Hello, Deanfield. This is Mitchell calling. This is Mitchell calling.
No, they have. Look.
Come in, Deanfield. Come in, Deanfield.
Look, there you go.
Okay.
Hello, Mitchell. This is Deanfield. This is Deanfield.
Takeoff entirely successful. No trouble with fuel supply or pressure chamber. Toby blacked out, but coming to now. We are both strapped in and must stay this way until first section disconnects.
Nothing we can do now. Not until the third section's on its own.
Those silly gate guys. They'll let anyone in. You just can't ever get out.
Yes, except when you're Army intelligence.
Like they didn't even look to see who it was. They just let him in.
Well, they recognized his scar. And they recognized him.
Tail section disconnected. Altitude 256 miles. Acceleration 8G.
Getting hot. Switching on air conditioning now.
It's getting hot.
No sense of speed.
So
No
turn
feeling of
on
any
the air
kind.
conditioning.
Pressure up to normal. Removing helmets now.
Oh, what? What?
Removing spacesuits now. Initiating sex now.
Removing the only thing that's keeping us alive.
Lisa.
Altitude 530 miles. Speed 4,200 miles per hour.
But yeah, coming back to the guards, my grandfather once told me a story about the guards. Our prince was like did some things with the name with our former prince. It was the husband of the doesn't matter. And everyone knew his face, of course, because he's television that sort of thing.
How did they get out of Deanfield?
Yeah.
But the guards at the gate demanded his ID, and like his superior officer was about to yell at him, and then the prince intervened and said, "No,
She's dead. You sent them up there.
he's right."
Them?
Sentries can be douchebags sometime. I was driving through Camp Lejeune, which is a big Marine base here in North Carolina, and I pulled up to the sentry one morning. I had left my house early, and I was still kind of, not fully awake, and I pull up, and this guy, about my age, I was early 20s at the time, This guy about my age comes up to the window and asks for my ID, and I pull it out and show it to him. And he leans down and he sniffs and he says, "How much have you had to drink today?" And I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, "Well, I had a drink before bed last night." He's like, "I'm just fucking with you, man. Come on."
Yeah, no, but this guy was serious, and he actually got a... Oh, no, it's going wrong. Oh, no. If only they remained seated in their chairs, and... Oh, no.
Kept their suits on. At least it's not rolling desk chairs this time, though.
Lisa, what's happened?
No, but they are chairs that I can tip over, to sort of looks of it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they're not.
Steve, what's happened?
They're a little fancier than rolling desk chairs.
Too much.
Oh, no!
Answer me.
The shaky controls are stuck.
He can't shift it into reverse. He needs to go talk to the transmission guy from the commercial earlier.
So look at that emergency sign!
Thank goodness it says emergency. How else would they have known?
Oh my fucking god, that is so bad! And it sticks out because the rest of the movie has been like okay-ish.
Can you hear me?
Like
because they didn't actually have to think about anything to do with rocketry until this moment. And then it's just terrible.
Right. Like even the instruments look kind of decent, you know, right? It's
yeah, for the 50s, like, you know, everything's analog, so they've got all these gauges and everything. Like, it looks okay. But then
they
emergency.
Like just shoved in there. Just look at it. It's not even stuck to anything.
Lisa, it's free. We're turning back.
So the emergency is just a steering wheel?
It's all right.
That's all it is? You just had to turn to the left a little bit?
Yeah, but instead of your normal steering controls, it's like you're physically shifting some gears or something.
And roll the credits.
Yeah, the end.
Okay, we're turning around. The end. That was exactly how good I thought it would be.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but no, yeah, like I was saying, actually the guard got a compliment because the prince said like, no, I could be in some other guy that with a very good disguise or something, you know, fuck if I know.
Yeah, and you know that is their job. I get that.
Yeah, but because you know here like the royals, the royals and stuff like that, all the royal house, like ooh, even though they do fuck all.
Imagine the Queen though, the Queen of England. If some asshole gate guard did that to her, like that poor guy would disappear.
Like, and he wasn't. Yeah, no, well, and here's the thing: he wasn't even doing it to him per se. He was doing it to the driver, and exactly like protocol. He just wanted. It just had, yeah.
So all of my British jokes, Demon Orbs, like make me angry, and one she'll write you a letter.
A very stern letter. Thank you very much, sir.
And I will not sign it. Respectfully yours.
No, and it will have several stern paragraphs with citations from famous poets.
Half of it is just plagiarized from Shakespeare.
Yeah. Because what my old daddy used to say, to be or not to be, Romeo, oh Romeo.
My favorite line from Romeo and Juliet is when I think it's Lord Capulet says it, when the two families are dueling and he turns to his wife and he says, "Give me my long sword, ho!"
Well,
because I played Lord Capulet in high school in Romeo and Juliet, and that was one of my lines. And I love that line.
It's a great line, yeah. So, Quinnies, before we leave, do you have anything to show?
Not really. I don't think we're doing a Saturday show this week. Zumi's got something else to do, and I'm probably going to be drunk with Punchy, so yeah. No Saturday show this week.
Too bad. And I think there is a poker stream on Sunday, but I can't promise you anything because last Sunday I just didn't feel like it. But to be fair, the night before I was very, very drunk, so
yeah,
maybe
well,
this
it happens to the best of us.
Maybe. Yeah, but it was 9 p.m. on Sunday, so it's.
Well, you were very, very drunk.
I was very, very drunk, and then I was in the train home, and then apparently there was a soccer match, so a bunch of drunk soccer players got in the football players.
No, they're soccer.
Entered the train, and drunk not players, fans. Sorry, drunk football fans are fucking annoying. But these were from a kind of a chipper kind of a chipper soccer club, so they're not like they were not that vicious annoying, but they were like happy
they
annoying.
They weren't hooligans, they were just drunk assholes.
Not even drunk assholes. They did just drunk and happy dudes and stuff like that. Great guys, but
they must have won.
Not when
they
you're
would
drunk.
Have been totally
no,
if they had lost.
No, not these guys. We have beer. It's fine. So I had to sort of get on their level to sort of get them to move so that I could pass them in my mobility scooter and stuff like that, because I need people to move aside when I want to pass. So it's stuff like that. So it's like but yeah, that was not a great experience when you're drunk.
Yep.
Like, fuck. Okay. But anyway, yeah, I think hopefully someday there will be a poker stream.
Maybe someday.
Saturday is Eurovision anyways. I'm sorry, I do not watch Eurovision. But I hope that everyone has fun singing. I don't know about in Germany the one sing, but here the Eurovision is only watched by a selective kind of people and amazing people, but not my kind of people.
The only time I ever watched it was that Will Ferrell movie about Eurovision.
I mean, it's if you like music and specific like poppy music, it's probably a lot of fun.
Yeah, which I don't.
No,
but that movie was kind of funny, so there was that.
Yeah. So and next week hopefully will be a new stream. It kind of depends on my health. Because right now, I think for the next couple of weeks, I probably have to sort of organize the stream solo. But yeah, we'll keep you notified. So yeah, see you guys next week. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, Quiddies, for stepping up.
Yeah, no problem.
And I guess we're gonna see you guys next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.